So there's a bit of a dilemma I've been dealing with lately, besides the ridiculous continuity issues of this video intro. And it's that between everything else going on in my life right now, I really should be documenting more of the journey and bringing you guys along. Would you look at that? Oh, because sometimes I have these weeks and these moments. There are moments I just kind of take a step back and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And this week is pretty wild because I'm wrapping up a couple projects here in Cape Town and then heading to New York and LA for a few days. So I figured I'd bring you guys along because the next couple days are gonna be pretty insane. I want to film a little intro as we're cruising out to just cause absolute chaos. So we got a pretty stacked crew together, decided to rent a houseboat for a night, bought stacked ton of rivers, more than enough cameras and drones, and we're pretty much just about to go full send.
Yeah. Hey. I just went by the watch with a whole lot of diamonds to show all these niggas it's my time. Took a trip out to Cali to hang with the troops, make a play and get high off that Zata. I say R.I.P. Kobe, a nigga so fly when I ball out, fuck around skydive. So much chicken on me, could've went by the Williams, the Rudies, a big ass Popeye. In a whole different bracket, this life is immaculate. If you hit me for bows, then you know that I'm taxing. Keep buying clothes, that shit still in the packages. If he say that he robbed me, he capping me. Really no niggas throw sevens like Kaepernick. You not blind and you see that we have it.
So I was actually on that houseboat to create a bunch of content for River's Instagram page. So we're gonna hop into Premiere Pro right now and edit some of that. We got a pretty insane shot of the GoPro flying past everybody. Looks like a crazy FPV shot. I think it's gonna make a really epic Instagram reel. But what I actually want to show you guys is how sick my current traveling edit setup is with this new portable display from Espresso. It's even got a touchscreen, which is just ridiculous. And they're actually sponsoring today's video, but we'll get into that a bit later. Oh, there is just something about being in Cape Town in summer that makes this place the best city on the planet. I can't really describe it, but it's something you got to come experience for yourself. But something I've actually been wanting to do for a while now is go around and capture a bunch of landscape drone shots, especially when you're in a place like this, and potentially have them as prints in my apartment. Maybe one day I'll put them on my website, start selling them. You guys can let me know in the comments below. I've actually been playing around with panoramic photos. You know, even though the Mini can shoot vertically, I like getting a wider angle and then just kind of tilting the gimbal up and taking photos and then stitching it together in Photoshop. So I'm gonna whip it up right now, take a bunch of photos, and then we'll hop into Photoshop afterwards and stitch it together. Wow, oh my gosh, that's insane. Oh, the water clarity, unreal. What a day. Flight was a success. Pretty amped to stitch those photos together later, but we're actually heading to that side of the beach right now for Friends of Volley. I got a pretty cool concept for an Instagram reel I want to try to do. The concept for this video is I actually want to take this cooler box full of drinks and throw a GoPro in it with the max lens mode and then capture the perspective of everybody taking a drink out the cooler box, filming their reactions, kind of throw it together for a fun little Instagram reel. So that's the plan. I'm gonna set the cooler box down, chuck a GoPro in it, and get it done. So Volley turned out pretty crazy. Chris Luno came down to the beach, recorded a DJ set for his YouTube channel. Turned into quite the rave, I won't lie. But I'm gonna offload all the footage from the GoPro now from the cooler box, and we're gonna hop into Premiere and put it all together. But I wanted to show you guys how sick this current edit setup is with the new Espresso display, because when I'm editing short form content, I can just take this display and rotate it like this, 90 degrees. And now it's perfectly set up for editing short form content. I know all the editors will know when you're editing short form content, you usually have to hunch over and look close up to your timeline. But now I can just move the entire preview screen over to the Espresso display and get kind of the most immersive edit setup for short form content. And it's just kind of the ultimate travel edit setup, and the display even auto rotates. So if I just change the screen from, you know, vertical back to landscape, it just rotates automatically for me. Super convenient. I don't have to go into the settings and play around with it. So just finished the cooler box edit. Honestly, such a simple concept. Check it out. So I'm going to jump into Photoshop now and stitch together those photos I took on the DJI Mini 4 earlier today and create a nice vertical panoramic photo. But one of the things I actually want to talk about is how good the color science is on this new Espresso display. If you've ever plugged a monitor into your laptop, you'll know how different things can appear from one screen to another. I'm super impressed at how the colors and everything on the Espresso display look exactly the same as they do on my MacBook Pro. That's not something as common as you would think it is, and the fact that they've been able to nail the color science is really impressive, especially on such an epic portable display. So I've seen the Apple community rave about the new Espresso display online, and finally get to test it myself. It honestly really lived up to all the expectations. Anyway, I should probably wrap it up because I have a super early flight to catch tomorrow morning. I had to wake up at 3:30 to get on a red-eye flight to New York City. Let's go.
Now in my younger days I used to sport a shag. When I went to school I carried lunch in a bag with the apple for my teacher.
Made it.
I get a kiss, always got mad when the class was dismissed. But when it was a session, I always had a question. I would raise my hand to make a step into my chest. Can't help me with my problem, it was never much. Just a trick to spell and think I try to speak the Dutch. Oh, how I wish I could hold her hand and give her a hug. She was married to the man, he was a thug, his name was Lee. He drove a C, he picked her up from school, probably had to be.
Nowhere else in the world. Nowhere else. What the hell? That's exactly how it looks. Madness, straight up. Nothing like a coffee break and a quick pit stop into the edit cave. Let's get involved. So having a second display has been part of my gear for the past few years when traveling. Now, to be fully transparent here, I originally used the first Espresso 13-inch display because it was super lightweight, portable, and well priced. Then I upgraded to the iPad Pro, mainly because I wanted a second display that had the same colors as my MacBook, and this was really important to me when it came to color grading, and it was also pretty awesome having an iPad as well. However, I was quite disappointed at the limitations the iPad has as a second display. For one, the wireless connection wasn't nearly as great as I expected, and two, you can't even set it up as a vertical display unless you use some third-party app, which honestly, from my experience, is not really worth the time and admin. So when I started using the new Espresso 17 Pro, I was genuinely really surprised by how good it is. And I think this is because it's actually designed by people who use the product every day and wanted something to drastically improve their productivity. So while editing this, I realized I never really gave much context as to what I was actually doing in New York. Basically, I was in the US for a completely different project. Can't really talk about it yet, but I had a couple extra days to get some editing done and figured I'd go do it in New York and visit my good buddy Nico at the same time. So we got up to this. Back in the second best city in the world.
What's the first?
Cape Town.
Oh, I believe that, actually.
I said welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's a new soundtrack. I could dance to this.
So, a little sneaky trend I've seen online lately is people taking videos and photos of billboards and then photoshopping their own brand into it. And if there's one place to do that, it's in Times Square. So guaranteed about a snap, a couple of shots of some billboards, and for sure gonna Photoshop river ads in there when I get home.
Thanks, New York. Next stop, LA. You.
So I'm actually not even in LA for a film job. I've got so much editing to do, so that's what I should be doing. But came here to see some friends, go to Sam Newton's film festival.
My buddies in the front row. We got a lot of films here.
And I've really enjoyed playing around with the Max Lens Mod 2, just kind of switching off all the modes and having this like retro feel to it. A lot of the video has been shot like that. I don't know. It's not made for that at all, but it's really cool to play around with it like that. But seeing as we're in Venice Beach, and I don't get to come here that often, I figured I'd whip the Air 3 up quickly and get a couple drone shots. I've always wanted this classic top-down drone shot of the Venice Beach skate park. So that's what we're gonna get up to. Well, non-authorized zone, so I guess that takes care of that. Dang, oh well. Well, no drone flying here, so back to the etiquette. Currently in Dubai airport on my way home, and I have a 7-8 hour layover here. That is the beauty about having a portable monitor, because right now I can just set up my own little edit suite here in the lounge, lock in for the next couple hours and just get some work done. Shout out to Coca-Cola, I just hijacked your billboard, but this looks fantastic. So I really believe this is the ultimate traveling edit setup for 2024. Even if you're a digital nomad, this is pretty much the ultimate setup, whether you're a Mac user or a PC user, or even both. A big shout out again to Espresso for sponsoring this week's video. If you guys want to check out more about the Espresso 17 Pro display or any of the other products, I have it all linked below. Go check it out. There's a bunch of other features I didn't even mention. I mostly just talked about the stuff that I mainly use. Another little bonus, if you purchase the Espresso 17 Pro display in the next 30 days and then email me or DM me your receipt, I will personally send you my video and photo filters. So that's like $100 worth of filters. And then you get to have all the fun color grading on your brand new display. So I think that pretty much wraps up for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Oh my god.
Bro, it's gonna be a sick YouTube vid.
Yeah.
You gotta film more like funny shit though.
Yeah, I know, like in between. I need to hire a